Hello. For today's lesson, we'll be looking at facilities on the internet. Last week, Thursday, we learned about the internet and network, and we were able to know what an internet is. We said an internet is the connection of computers around the world in order to share information. We also saw that whenever two or more computers are connected to each other, they form a network. We saw the types of network as the local area network, the wide area network, the VPN, the metropolitan area network, campus area network, and so on. For today, we'll be looking at the facilities on the internet. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify and describe some facilities on the internet. When we talk of facilities on the internet, we are referring to the services that are made available or found on the internet. And these services or facilities are being used by people on the net or people who are online. When you say online, we are just referring to a computer that is being connected to the internet. So when a computer is being connected to the internet to get information from that internet, we can say that the computer is online. At the same way, when a computer is not connected to the internet, we can say that that computer is offline. Now let's look at some of the examples of facilities on the internet. So we have the following are some of the examples of the services or facilities that the internet offers. So for the first one, we have the World Wide Web. That's www. And when you say World Wide Web, we are referring to a collection of documents stored on web servers. In our previous lesson, we saw what a server is. We said a server is a main computer whereby other computers are being connected to in order to transfer or share information. So when you say a web server, we are referring to a computer on the net on which most of the information being shared on the net are found. So when you say a web server, that's what we are referring to. And these are being connected to the internet around the world. So when you say www, it's a collection of documents stored on web servers connected to the internet around the world. And this helps in the sharing of files through the internet. So www is one of the services on the internet. Now the second one, we have electronic mail or email. I hope some of you will be familiar with this word or term, email, electronic mail. The electronic mail works the same as what we used to do in the olden days, sending letters to people through the post office. But this one, as the name appears, is electronic. It involves the use of electronic devices like mobile phones and computers. So this service on the internet helps to send and receive digital messages on the internet. When you say digital messages, we are referring to messages that are being sent through electronic devices. So on the internet, we have email as one of the services offered on the internet. Now let's look at the other one. We have file transfer, and this is a service on the internet that is used to transfer files from one computer to another or from one part of the world to another. And in transferring of files, it involves two main actions. We have downloading and uploading. When you say downloading, we are referring to pulling or copying a file from a computer which is on the internet onto your local computer or the computer that you are using at home. So if you are able to transfer files from a computer or a server on the internet onto your computer, it is referred to as downloading. And in the other way, when you are able to transfer files from your computer onto a server that is on the internet, we can say that you are uploading a file. So in file transfer, we have two main actions, either downloading or uploading. And as I said, downloading means pulling or copying a file from the internet onto a local computer. Then uploading is when you transfer a file from a local computer onto a computer on the net. Now we have another service on the internet known as online chat. I hope you are familiar with chat. Chatting means either having an electronic conversation with someone or having a face-to-face interaction with someone through the use of electronic devices like the mobile phone. So here, when you say online chat, we are referring to a real-time communication between two or more persons over the net. So if you are able to communicate with someone using an electronic device like the mobile phone and computers, either by audio communication or video conference, we can say that you are having online chat with that person. Now let's look at other examples of the facilities on the internet. We have blog. When you say blog, we are referring to a page on the internet where people visit and write comments on a subject. A place on the internet where people visit and write comments on a subject, and these comments are being typed or written by people who visit those pages. We have people who post subjects on the internet. At times refer to them as bloggers. So they post this subject for people to make comments on them. Now the next one, we have social networking. When we talk of social networking, this is another service on the internet that provides platform for individuals to engage in social activities. So we have some examples of social network over here. We have something like facebook.com, linkedin.com, we have Twitter, myspace.com. You can mention some other ones too, like Snapchat and the rest. So all these are social networking, and there are also services on the internet that helps individuals to engage themselves in social activities. Now let's look at the next one. We have podcast. Podcast is a multimedia file that is being distributed over the internet for playback on portable media players such as iPod, PCs, and smartphone. When talk of a multimedia, we are referring to either an audio or a video or even a text that has been sent over the internet, and these files can be listened to or played on computers and smartphones. And the next one is web search. Web search. This is also another facility or service on the internet that allows users of the internet to search for information using search engine. When we say a search engine is a program on the internet that assists or helps to search for information. An example is google.com, yahoo.com, docpar.com, duckduckgo.com, hotboot.com, ask.com, yandex.com, bing.com, excite.com, and so on. So all these are examples of search engines. They can be seen on the internet, and their main work is to help a user to search for information from the internet. Now let's look at other facilities on the internet. We have the internet television or online TV. So this is a service on the internet that enables digital distribution of television content on the internet. It's not always that we have to watch television on our normal TVs that we have in our homes, or have programs on our normal TVs that we have in our homes. We can also watch television through the internet. So the internet provides this facility or service whereby users of the internet can watch television programs through the internet. And the same way, we have internet radio or net radio. This is also a service on the internet that helps to transmit audio streaming from radio stations on the internet. So with the internet, one can also listen to the radio or listen to programs on the radio through the internet. Now we have online shopping, electronic commerce or e-commerce, or internet banking. This is also another facility or service on the internet that allows users to do online banking or shopping. So this is a service on the internet that involves the use of computers for transactions that involves money. It's not always that we have to go outside and purchase from sellers. With our computers connected to the internet, we can also do banking and shop online. So this is another service or facility made available on the internet for internet users. We will end our lesson here. But before we leave, we'll go through a short question which you need to answer and post on your website. We had the first one to be list 5 examples of internet facilities. Then 2, explain 3 facilities on the internet. Then 3, we have defined the term downloading. I explained downloading to you under file transfer. So file transfer has 2 main actions, either downloading or uploading. So after doing this exercise, you submit on your platform. For next week, we'll be looking at types of information on the internet. Types of information on the internet. We'll end here and meet again next week, Thursday. Bye.